Hello, everybody. This is the Manoli's Musings podcast. I'm your host, Manoli, and I have a special guest in the studio today. Would you care to say hello?
Hello, everyone. My name is Alec. I'm a relatively newer friend of Manoli compared to previous episodes that you've all listened to, but it's a pleasure for having me. It's a wonderful Friday outside, so beautiful time to have a podcast.
Absolutely. Yes, you're a newer friend, but that should make you feel honored that you already made it onto the show.
I would definitely say so. I mean, I think I've taken a quicker path here, but I find us to be very, very good friends ever since our experiences on the cruise.
Absolutely. We'll get into that. So, Alec, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What are your interests?
Sure. So I am, like yourself, a senior here at the University of South Carolina. We'll do some free advertising for them later on. Great time here at South Carolina. But I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, the northern suburbs. Skokie, Illinois, right by Northwestern. Very great area. Love the city, although can't say enough about South Carolina University. International Studies major here, graduating in, what do we have, a week left? And I just found out I'm going to Georgetown. So 5 minutes. 5 minutes ago, right before we started the podcast. So couldn't be a better day.
Couldn't be a better thing to celebrate. Recording this after you got into Georgetown. You see, these are the people I bring on the show. You see, they're much smarter and more intelligent than me. So
you're too nice, Manoli. You're too nice.
Too nice. Now, what made you want to come to South Carolina?
So I had a few older friends that had come here previously. International programs are good here. You're obviously international business. I'm international studies. So that goes to show that Manoli is a little bit smarter than I will give credit. But no, I mean, great people, great community here. Love the weather, and just wanted to get out of the Midwest. You know, my mom always told me you have 4 years to do it on your own, kind of grow up and do your own thing. So I said, you know what? No better place than Columbia, South Carolina.
Yes, indeed. Well, me and Alec, so through a friend of a friend, we ended up on spring break together.
Yes, we did.
And we met once before, but we really got to know each other over spring break, and it was a great time. We were on the cruise together.
Yes.
Yeah, you have any memories that stand out?
Well, another more free advertising here for Royal Caribbean. We first met at the Cherokee Grand Casino in North Carolina. So in some aspect, I think our relationship revolves around gambling and casinos, because that's where we have some of our best moments. So shout out to both those places. Absolutely wonderful experiences for all those listening. We have nothing but great things to say about them. But yeah, that cruise was something. It was a blast, honestly. It was great weather, aside from not docking in Nassau, but you know, it is what it is, not the end of the world. So no, it was a great time, and we obviously have a lot of great memories that we can talk about.
Yes, absolutely. So we had docked in Nassau, but the first stop was St. Thomas, and we went to, I kind of recommended that we go to Emerald Beach. Do you remember Emerald Beach?
Wonderful beach. Basically a private beach for ourselves because, St. Thomas, as beautiful as it is, it's also a hub for cruise lines and all, but we basically had the beach to ourselves. So that was kind of a hidden gem. So Manoli is the guy for that.
Manoli put you on the money, right?
Yes, I will.
See?
Yes,
100%. See? It pays to be my friend, just so you people know, okay? I know some of you people, you're out to get me, so just, you better watch out. Now, Alec, I had kind of a cringe moment on the beach. Do you remember what happened? We had met a guy on the water.
A gentleman from New York.
Yes.
A bigger gentleman who enjoyed eating and everything. Nevertheless, so we got to talking. I mean, football, baseball, we love our sports. Manoli's currently wearing a Dodgers shirt. Well, we can get into that later. But no, so we started talking about I think he was on Celebrity Cruises, one of those lines. Very nice line. And then, so adjacent to the beach, they had a bar, sort of, beachside tiki bar, whatever. Very nice, good drinks, good food. So then Manoli and I decided to go grab a few beers, a few IPAs. Great St. Thomas IPAs, by the way. Gentleman comes up, bigger gentleman as well. So we go. I don't go, actually. Manoli goes. He goes, oh, this is our friend from over there. I go, I don't know, because first and foremost, this guy was, 15, 20 feet away from us, so you couldn't really tell. So Manoli was kind of jumping the gun on that one. So what does Manoli do? Hey, how you doing? It's been a while since we've seen you. And this guy goes, do I know you? And I go, Manoli, I hate to say it, I don't think this is the same guy.
He didn't even question it.
He didn't.
He was like, all right. And he just sat down next to me.
He might be one of the regulars on St. Thomas. So he's probably one of those guys that everyone wants to have a beer with. But we ended up talking a little with him, and another nice guy. But he was not from New York.
But what did I say? I had turned to you, and I go, this is not the guy. And you were like, yeah, I know it's not the guy.
Yes.
I tried to tell you that.
So yes, Manoli had kind of nudged me later on and said, why didn't you tell me it wasn't the guy? And I go, well, I thought I told you initially it wasn't the guy, but we found out the hard way. But nevertheless, great time on St. Thomas. And that was one of the few stories that we have to tell on our Royal Caribbean excursion.
Yeah, there might have been, I was having some what were they, painkillers on the beach. They might have played a part in my initial confusion about this man.
I think out of all the bars that we were on, either on the cruise or on the islands themselves, that was the best bar.
I think you're right.
St. Thomas was the best place. We had great service, great people, and great drinks. St. Thomas IPA, big fan.
Yes. So moving towards some of the things that happened on the ship. Now we have a mutual, I wouldn't say enemy, but just a mutual experience with the comedian on the ship,
Yes.
Nora Lynch. Would you
Yes.
care to go into that?
So Nora Lynch was one of the two she was actually, I think, the headliner.
Yeah, she was the
And then we
headliner.
had our closer friend,
We befriended him as time went on the cruise. Rocky Osborne. Rocky Osborne, if you ever listen to us, or Manoli's podcast, I should say. Great show. We are huge fans. It's only a matter of time before you get, hopefully you pick up more bits and whatnot. Needless to say, Nora Lynch. I was thinking about this the other day when you had mentioned it when we were at CWP, and I go, when it comes to comedians, I feel as if the top-notch comedians, they have great laughs, or their laugh is another part of their act that makes them hilarious. And I don't know what it was about Nora Lynch, but it was just her laugh that,
It was almost like a witchy kind of.
it really was. And it just kind of set the tone for the whole show because at the end of the day, she was the only one laughing at her jokes.
Yes.
Everyone else was quiet and, monotone for the most part because the crowd was variety of ages from us 21, 22-year-old kids to elders enjoying their retirement and everything. And she didn't get either group to laugh. The age range was as far as you can possibly go. No one was laughing except Nora Lynch.
We were warmed up too because
Rocky
killed it.
Yeah, so we were expecting Nora to be absolutely amazing, and she had a great resume when they mentioned her and everything. I go, okay,
TV writer, credits, all kinds of things.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I was thoroughly surprised that show went the way it did.
But she came out and she seemed like she noticed that the audience was not as receptive, and I tried to help her out.
You did. You want to say what you did?
Why don't you say it?
Well, I would say 3 to 4 minutes in, she started cracking some jokes that, again, no one really found to be that funny, including yours truly. But anyways, so Manoli wants to get the crowd into it, and I think more people laughed at Manoli's "We Love You" than the rest of the show. And that was about a 30-minute skit that she pulled off as well.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 minutes in. I was just trying to encourage her because she was getting upset that we weren't laughing, which, by the way, is ridiculous. You don't show that you're upset.
Exactly.
You don't ask for laughter. I mean, where are you?
And she, by no means,
I know that.
And she did not take it well. And I think that's where things started going down because,
Granted, that was 5 minutes into the show. We had another 25 minutes left, and I think it just went downhill from there. I don't know about you. I was ready to hit the casino right after that.
I needed something. I needed a drink after that as well.
I think Nora did as well.
And she could not. She seemed as if she ran off the stage.
She ran off.
Whereas our good friend Rocky, he was hanging around after having some drinks with some folks talking and shaking almost everyone's hand who came up to him after the show.
Yeah, thank you for coming. It was good to see you. All that, very receptive.
Absolutely amazing.
A good guy.
Very, very good guy.
It was a great cruise, Alec. We had our dinner table discussions. We had the casino time. We had our excursions. It was wonderful time. It was great getting to know you more on the ship.
It's come so far since then, but great time.
So you mentioned CWP. How do you feel about that place?
So CWP again. So
you're a good dancer.
I will try. I am, for those listening, I am Hispanic, so I have tried to get some of that Latin rhythm out there and everything, but it's very different from country in South Carolina and Manoli, who is a master dancer when it comes to line dancing and whatnot. So yeah, Chicago kid, city kid, not really that acquainted with country dancing and whatnot. So I can embarrass myself. But you know what? At the end of the day, you have to be able to embarrass yourself. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. And more often than not, I'm right behind Manoli during these line dances because I am strictly, that might sound bad, I'm strictly looking at his feet because line dancing, country dancing, holy cow, it is night and day different between, a salsa or something along the lines of that. But no, at the end of the day,
you see, if they had a salsa bar, I'd go with you.
Oh my gosh!
You. Oh yeah, you. Oh my gosh, that I would be honored. But unfortunately, in Colombia, we don't have too much of a diaspora.
No, they don't. There's not much time for
always room for growth. So, City of Columbia, if you're listening, or any potential businessmen looking to come out to Columbia,
There's an idea.
Latin bar.
There you go.
Latin bar. See, what else can we do for you?
And there was a great Latin bar on. It was Boleros, I believe.
Yes, on the ship.
Royal
They
Caribbean.
had live Latin music. It was
And
great.
there we go with more free advertising for Royal Caribbean. But again,
Yes.
great ship, wonderful time. And yeah, CWP is awesome. They always play the same song, but that's just because of what you can dance to and whatnot. So
Yeah, I wish they would switch it up a little bit.
Well, we also usually go on Thursdays, and Thursdays is when they have the lessons.
Yes, the lessons. Yes,
So I usually take personal lessons from Manoli here just because,
yes.
I'm
This is my protege.
relatively informal. I wouldn't call myself a protege by any means. But then they have some gentlemen wearing some very short jean shorts
Yes.
teaching everyone. And I go, okay, well, I'd rather just hang with my friends and then embarrass myself rather than take lessons from these fellows. But that's beside the point. It is a great time, great people. The bar is very nice, and the atmosphere is just absolutely amazing.
I think so.
Very fitting for Columbia, South Carolina.
Yes, indeed. Now, you just got back from Atlanta, yes?
Yes, sir. 3 a.m. We are currently
Oh, my goodness.
at 1 p.m. So, yeah.
So you drove after the base. You went to the baseball game.
Yes, so it was Braves, Cubs, obviously a Cubs fan. I'm from the north side. Love my Cubbies. And then, what's it called? So, yes, we game time around 7:20. Great game for the first 8 innings, relatively low scoring. But, the Braves coming off that World Series, they're the team to beat now. And unfortunately, the Cubs were not the 2016 Cubs. For those sports fans, we won it last in 2016. I hold that dearly to my heart. I was spoiled. I was 16 when we won. It had been 108 years prior to that. So I was very spoiled in that aspect. But no, it was a great time. Truist Park is beautiful.
I haven't been yet.
That part of Atlanta is beautiful. Other parts of Atlanta, I have some bones to pick, but we'll leave that part out.
Leave it out.
But no, it was a great time, great trip. Truist Park, you're beautiful. Great Braves fans. So it was a good time. But
They
yeah,
were nice to you.
Oh, hey, if they win World Series, then keep at it. Why not?
Yeah, much to my chagrin. You don't know the torture that my friends put me through when the Dodgers were playing the Braves.
Well, I was going to say, as you are currently wearing a 2020 World Series championship, and for Braves fans out there, you just signed Freddie Freeman over the offseason.
It was a little nice revenge.
It is, and people need to understand that when it comes to other contracts and getting paid, Freddie Freeman is also a Southern California kid. He is from the LA region, I believe. So it's one of those things that, he took care of business. He was great for the city of Atlanta. The city of Atlanta was great to him. But hey, he wanted to go closer to home by his high school where he grew up. Why not? You can't blame the guy.
It might have been a monetary incentive as well.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you guys paid him absolutely like there was no tomorrow. But what's it called? No, the Dodgers are playing great baseball though. So I mean, you and the Braves. I think
we
would be
could
the
just drop two against the Diamondbacks of all people.
Ooh, Arizona.
Yeah, I know.
I think their
That
payroll is
stinks.
what, a fifth of yours?
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Yeah, you guys are almost at that 300 million mark. So yeah, I mean, always time to pick it up though.
So Alec, you have some.
So I
things
set
you'd
some
like to
topics
discuss.
just because I was again very honored to be a part of this podcast.
Well, I'm glad you did your research and you prepared yourself.
Oh, of
I mean,
course.
since this is such a prestigious thing, right?
Exactly. It's only going to grow. I promise you that. So, for as a point, I do have a girlfriend. She's from Boston. You know her very well as well, Sarah. Wonderful woman. Almost 2 years together. So her birthday is this. Let me check the calendar, or else I get in trouble. It's the second Monday. I know it's the second. I just didn't know what day it fell on. So Monday, I think we are planning on going to bingo.
Yes,
Correct. One of
bingo.
these days. What are your thoughts on bingo? Have you ever played bingo or?
I'm a great bingo player.
Okay.
If I do say so myself, and nobody beats me at bingo. Okay.
Not short of confidence, you are.
No, it's just I don't know. I have a gift for the daughter.
That is awesome. That is
I
awesome.
have a gift for the daughter. I don't know what it is. I know they say it's a game of luck. I think it's a game of skill.
Did you play on the cruise?
I did play.
Okay. And
No, and that freaking guy won 3 times, and it drove me nuts.
Do you
I wanted to
think
take that
think that game was rigged and he was just a great player when it came to the casino and he gave, he was one of those big spenders?
That's a good theory, Alec, because he
think-
put it right back in.
And that's what I'm saying. That's how you get customers to return. You give them incentives after they, spend hundreds upon hundreds at the casino.
Look at this. I didn't even think about that.
3 times winning a
What
bingo
are the
game,
odds of that?
regardless, but especially on a cruise ship,
Mm-hmm.
as nice as Royal Caribbean was, you have to kind of think,
There might have been a
Did they
little
slide some-
kickback
I think there could be.
with what was the guy's name? Poppy. That's what they called. Did you go to
yes.
bingo?
No, I did
Okay,
not.
yeah, you go.
I did not go to bingo.
I
heard it was a great time, great performance, and all. But I just heard the same gentleman kept winning and destroying
did.
everyone else's chances.
He did. Tyler the Bingo King. He called himself.
Oh.
He listened to the podcast that I posted about the cruise, and he left a comment.
Or maybe he's a secret Royal Caribbean employee, and they always have him win. So
Stack
we know
the deck,
that's
and then he
what I'm
just
saying.
divides it amongst the
You never know.
crew.
You never know nowadays. I mean, hey, the crew was absolutely amazing. I had a great conversation with all the crew. Very nice people. But that could be a case. That could be another case of our conspiracy theories in terms of bingo games.
Absolutely. No, but I think when we go to Mr. Bingo...
Yes, I have never been.
I've never been...
So I've flown into Colombia around 11, 12 o'clock at night, or even 1 catching the red eye and stuff, or overnight, I should say. Mr. Bingo is always open and always packed. I don't understand.
Maybe.
Have you ever been before?
I know. I've never been.
I am very excited, though. So I'm glad that with Sarah's birthday coming up, that's what she chose. Because I also do love a great game of bingo. I've gone to Hawaii growing up as a kid, and Hawaiians love playing bingo. I don't know if it's all of Hawaii. I usually go to Kauai, one of the Western Islands, but love me some good bingo.
So you played a lot of bingo in Hawaii?
Yes, right on the beach. Beautiful, beautiful area. So yeah, they'll just set up tables and everyone starts playing bingo. And hey,
that's amazing.
You cannot complain. Have a few cold ones. Enjoy the beach.
Why not? What better place to play bingo than Hawaii? I don't know if Mr. Bingo is going to really compare to that. It might be a little bit.
I'll take bingo anywhere. I'll take it in Hawaii.
You just
I'll
love
take it on
bingo.
Royal Caribbean. I will take it in Columbia, South Carolina, Manoli, right next to the airport.
I think we're going to take these old people to the cleaners.
We very well could be.
I think we could. Me and you.
Although, what was the guy's name from Royal Caribbean? What if he is a Columbia, South Carolina resident?
If Tyler
and he runs Mr. Bingo.
If Tyler, if you're there, I'm not going to be happy. Okay.
I'd love to.
I can't say on the air what I would do, but just know it's not going to be good for you. Okay. Just know that. Legal purposes here. But what else do you have for me?
So, in more pop culture, I don't know if you want to say that, but what are your thoughts on the whole Elon Musk takeover?
I don't understand what the issue is.
So I understand the whole free speech movement and all. So I mean, in my words, good for Elon Musk. I mean, hey, it's a businessman making a business decision. It's one of those things that if you don't like Twitter, you kind of go somewhere else. I guess I personally don't use Twitter, so take this with a grain of salt. But I don't know.
I don't. It's not my favorite social media.
By no means.
To be honest, it's not profitable. So I don't really know why he bought it to begin with.
Do they even have advertising? I mean, again, this is coming from someone that has never used Twitter. Hard to believe. I know I'm 22. I don't think they even advertise on Twitter, do they?
No, they have advertising.
Oh, okay.
They have ads, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are so upset. I mean, they're like, well, he's this billionaire coming out. I'm like, well, what was Jack Dorsey? He's a billionaire. He was running it. Well, what's the issue? I don't understand the problem.
These guys all do very well. They're very smart business people, whether you like them or not. And this doesn't even have anything to do with politics. It's just they're smart businessmen, and you know what? If they're making profits, then good for them. There's a risk, but there's also that reward that you can get out of such a decision.
No, it's just I don't understand. People are like, it's the end of Twitter. It's the end of the world. And now it's like an existential threat. Like this is a threat to. They say it's a threat to democracy. I'm like, really?
Well,
the ancient Greeks didn't have Twitter. They had democracy. It's not going to be the end of
democracy. I think.
Yes.
And we are currently filming this in front of a beautiful Greek flag.
Yes.
So I always love Greek food. Always love Greek people such as yourself, Manoli.
See.
And speaking of Greeks, how was your Orthodox Easter last week?
It was lovely, Alec. Okay. I have to say.
Can you run us through what a Greek Orthodox Easter usually looks like? And stuff?
Sure. So, what you're supposed to do is supposed to fast basically the whole 40 days, right, of Lent. And if you're going to do a strict fast, that's no meat, no animal products, no seafood, no nothing. Just basically vegan. If you're doing a strict fast. I can't do that.
Okay.
I didn't.
Love our red meat. We love a good nice good cut.
Absolutely.
How do you like your steak?
Oh, medium rare.
Medium rare? Same.
Yeah, okay, good. I
think we almost ordered the same dinner every single night on the cruise.
We did. We have
almost
similar taste. Because we're cultured people. Right?
Exactly. And for those going on a cruise who have not gone yet before, don't limit yourself to just one meal. You can order as many dishes and as many times as you want on the cruise. You can order 3 entrees. There were nights where we ordered four appetizers along with
2
maybe
entrees.
1 to 2 entrees. Go off as much as you would like. It's your cruise. You
live it up.
You deserve it. For all those listeners out there, so we obviously lived it up. We had, I think it was 2-3 lobster tails each because they were extra.
Oh yeah.
So But back to Easter. How did that go?
No, it was great. I did fast. I did no meat. I did seafood, but I didn't do any meat for the last week. But
okay.
Greek Easter, there's three big, I would say big services, more than that, but if you want to get like the main ones, you go to Wednesday is the unction, which is they put oil on you.
Okay.
It's supposed to cleanse you. And then Good Friday, of course, and we walk around the church we walk around and they sing things with the tomb, basically, the coffin
Okay.
of Jesus. And then Easter Sunday, we do a midnight service.
Of course, yes. I've heard of that.
Now, are you Catholic?
I am Catholic, so we don't. So the bigger point for Catholics is obviously giving up something 40 days, along with no meat on Friday. So it's not necessarily just a fast. It's no meat on Friday. So it's very important. One of the top things to remember on each Friday. So I'll always wake up and say, breakfast sandwich sounds good. But then I remember you can't do meat, so obviously no sausage and all that stuff. But no, Easter's a great time. It's a great time to be with family, great time to be with friends as well, and just those in your religious community. So hey,
Absolutely.
I only heard great things about Greek Orthodox too.
No, it's great, especially the midnight service is beautiful, obviously. And then there's so much food the next day. You have the lamb and the spanakopita, the pasticcio, all of that stuff. It's really really good. Greek food is good.
I love Greek food.
Oh, I'm glad. See, this is why you think he's my friend here.
So I am a Spanish citizen. For those wondering, I do
I
love
love
my
Spanish
Mediterranean.
food.
Thank you. We
Yes.
love Greek food.
We both love octopus.
We both love each other. These, the Greeks and Spanish have, I would say we have decent relations between
Yes,
the two.
good relation.
Both we have piss poor economies, but it's beside the point.
Fair.
No, so I mean, lost my train of thought. What were you?
I think we're talking about food or something.
Oh, food. Yes. So no, Greek food is amazing. Whenever I go Mediterranean or Greek, I always do the gyro along with rice, and then obviously you have to go with the potatoes. The
Yes.
potatoes are a staple of Greek food, I would say.
Greek potatoes.
I'm not Greek, but I think Greek potatoes have gotten me close to the Greek culture solely because they are that amazing.
Well, welcome to the club.
I would love. Unfortunately, my girlfriend Sarah is not Greek, but I would love to. I would love to meet a Greek girl. Never met a Greek girl, to be honest. So.
You'd love to be the Greek girl.
Well, no, not in that aspect. Not in that aspect. So we're at this mark where she'll probably get mad at me, but no, not by that means. Just get to know a Greek girl. Just see,
Yeah.
what it's like.
Well,
A good friend.
Maybe
A good Greek
if I
friend.
marry one, we'll.
There you go.
Yes,
I would
maybe so.
love to meet her, and you're
Yes.
you're a great guy, Manoli, so it's only a matter of time. So moving on, let's talk about another bone we have to pick with LinkedIn, and more specifically, LinkedIn influencers,
Yeah, this is something.
as you call them.
Yeah, this is something I just the way LinkedIn works. Okay, for those who don't use it, it's meant to basically be a professional.
I just think it glorifies people's careers.
Oh.
It's just a platform to show off. I don't understand the necessity. But that being said, I have LinkedIn. Do I show off? Okay, maybe I try to.
But expected.
In other words, I mean, it's what everyone does. But some people definitely take it to a new and way different level.
Yeah, so basically, typically you would put like I started a new job here, or you would use it to connect with people. So say you were interested in working for X company and you see so and so works there, you connect with them and you shoot them a message like, "Hey, are you hiring?" Stuff like that. There is a practical purpose to it. But what I found, and Alec shares this opinion, is that people they talk about, they're like, "I made it 1 week at my fantastic internship with Apple or Google or Twitter or wherever it is, and it's been such a rewarding experience, and it's been such my life has been changed." I'm like, 1 week? I've gone that long without taking a shower.
And that is very. You should shower every day.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I think.
Manoli is kidding. He does not
think.
smell right now as we're filming.
Well,
this.
I'm glad I don't smell.
But no, it's funny that you mentioned this whole LinkedIn influencer argument and just topic as a whole, because before the cruise, I used LinkedIn, not religiously or anything, but, I would just see what people are interested in and whatnot. Followed some interesting people as well. I like following what Tim Tebow has to say. I think he is a very well-spoken individual. But then once we, I think it was one of the cruise dinners that we had where we just started talking, and you had, your notorious list. I don't know if you can talk about this. That could be another day. That could be another day. But then, we start talking, you start mentioning the whole LinkedIn influencer idea. And I go, you know what? That might be a true argument. And then right after the cruise, it's been a month and a half. I have not seen anything but LinkedIn influencers, as you would call them. It is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous because it's like people around our own age. They're like, well, if you really want to grow your following and boost your appeal to people,
definitely.
you gotta do this, and that. I'm like, excuse me, okay. I just see you at the bar last night,
Yes, exactly.
take a like enough, okay. Don't act like you're some kind of big shot on LinkedIn. If you were such a big shot, you wouldn't even need a LinkedIn.
I would like to give kudos to LinkedIn. Great platform, great service. It does list jobs as well. So
No,
those that don't
it's
use LinkedIn,
useful.
I am a big fan of LinkedIn just solely because they have job listings. They have it is nice to keep in touch with certain individuals. I personally have had 2 or 3 classmates from high school reach out on via LinkedIn and say, "Hey, how you doing? I like to catch up. I see that you're doing well." I obviously respond and say, "Hey, you guys are obviously doing a great job too in your professional career." So LinkedIn does have its perks, but I think it's just some individuals on LinkedIn along with other social media platforms. So it's not just LinkedIn. I'm sure Instagram, Twitter, all those people have interesting characters as well.
People want to show they want to present their life like it's some kind of picnic.
That's the thing. I mean,
you see, with me, I give it to you straight.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna, if it's something's bothering me, I'm gonna talk about it.
Oh yes,
other people, they have this big polished thing, and they have this
glorifying.
idyllic. Yeah, it's I think self worship in a way, and maybe not consciously. Let's give people the benefit of the doubt, okay? But some of these people, I mean, come on. It's like, well, I just started my job here, and it's we're number one at this, and I'm number one at that. And I had this award and that award, and blah blah.
I honestly couldn't agree more. And for those that have LinkedIn that are listening, you will see this coming in the next 2 weeks. You will see what we were talking about because again, I at first did not know what a LinkedIn influencer was. They are now on.
They're on your radar.
Yes, without doubt. It's one of those things that I'm wary about going on LinkedIn now. And if you don't have LinkedIn, I highly suggest getting on LinkedIn because it it's a great career opportunities. You can connect with a lot of people, such as same as Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot. But if you want a good laugh, I also get a good laugh out of just looking at some of the idiocracy that occurs on LinkedIn as well.
Idiocracy, that's a great word.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just I don't know something about the whole. Here's 10 ways that you can increase your value. I'm like, okay, I got enough value. I know my worth. I know
exactly.
my worth. I don't need you to tell me.
I would say we are gentlemen with a good amount of self-esteem.
I think so.
We value ourselves, and
we value ourselves.
That's what's important at the end of the day.
Yeah, I try not to do it in a bad way.
By no means.
No.
But that being said, you also have to be able to laugh at yourself.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
that is what we are. We are great at that.
Yeah, look at this. This is ridiculous.
We are great at that. And the cruise was a great time to laugh at ourselves, even if Nora Lynch did not. Rocky Osborne did. Rocky did make fun of himself and a few of his moments growing up and stuff. And I thought that's absolutely amazing. You give some, you have to take it as well.
Absolutely, you cannot. I don't think you can make it. Not just in comedy or whatever. No, I don't think you can make it through life without being able to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, you can't take life too seriously.
You can't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, man, we're really getting philosophical over here.
But I think it's true. I think it's important.
You are Greek, and there are some great Greek philosophers out there.
So
I have studied a few. I will say. But
you have. What do you have a favorite?
Plato. Pluto's a planet. Yeah, Plato.
That's good. Plato's good. I like Plato. I like them all. I mean, I guess I'm biased. Yes, Aristotle's good.
Spanish love Aristotle. I went to high school for a little over a year in Spain, and man, they could not stop reading Aristotle. But
so, what side of your family's from Spain?
My father's side. So my father's side is all Spanish, based out of Madrid. Great country, again, piss poor economy, but that's okay.
That's okay.
That is okay. We love the food. We
For
love the
rich
beaches.
culture.
Yes, very, very fascinating, But no, Spain's great. And then my mother's side, half Argentinian, half Peruvian, so a little South American. So I am Hispanic mutt. I would call myself a Hispanic mutt. A little bit of everything.
You're not a mutt, Alec.
Oh, I would just say,
the
blending of cultures.
I know what you mean.
But no, I absolutely love my background. It's treated me very well. Chicago is a great, diverse place. Columbia as well. And South Carolina as a whole. Why don't we move to South Carolina? Talking about South Carolina. How would you view your whole time here at the university?
Well, I'm from Charleston, so
a lot of friends from there.
Yes, a lot of classmates. I mean, even I went to a very small school, but even we had like a dozen kids from my graduating class come up here, which I mean, it was I would say my time at the university has been great, honestly. I mean, all the amenities you could want, all the experiences you could want. I mean, SEC football in your backyard.
Doesn't get better than that. Although the team could get better, but maybe there's
I think it's on the up and up.
I am a Bears fan. I am a Chicago Bears fan, so I'm used to some piss poor football, but it is what it is. I still enjoy the games, still love going to the games, and like you said, the atmosphere, SEC football really doesn't get much better than that.
No, even if the team is has been lackluster.
The quality of the games, the quality of
The tailgating, the
I believe
experience.
we are one of the greatest tailgating schools in the United States.
Oh, bar none.
I
Bar
would
none.
say SEC as a whole in general too. Just the way the South views football tailgating, it is amazing.
It's an event.
I love it. I am
an
so
event.
glad I came here, and more free advertising for university. But no, it is a great time.
You know what I like? It's like in October, November when it gets a little nip in the air. And like a night game. It's like
fireworks and all.
It's
80,000,
I get chills just thinking
people.
about it.
It doesn't. Some sandstorm in the back.
Does
my gosh.
not get better.
Nope.
Does not get better.
And then some for those Warriors. They go to 5 points right after. And
Oh yeah, that
takes a lot. It
takes
takes a
some
lot because you
doing.
tailgate from what? What time would you say you usually start tailgating? 11, 12 for a
Yeah,
7
I
o'clock
would
game?
say yeah.
It's an all-day commitment, one of those things.
Oh, yeah.
It is an all-day commitment. But no, I mean, it is a great time, great game day experiences for those that haven't, not even South Carolina, just SEC as a whole. I would highly suggest going to SEC game. I mean, you can go to Missouri, you can go to Florida,
Yeah.
South Carolina, Texas A&M.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean,
No,
wide variety.
if you've never been, I mean, even if you're not a sports guy, just go for the tailgating.
Oh, yeah.
Then you might turn into a football
in
fan.
town for a business trip, heck, you know what to do on Saturdays now.
Yeah,
Saturdays down south.
It's not. We're welcoming people. Okay.
Oh, very well.
Yeah.
I cannot say.
You see, we want people to come to our tailgate because we're like, hey, look at us. We have all the people here.
It's that Southern hospitality. I came from Chicago, and all I heard about when I was touring here was Southern hospitality. Southern hospitality. Oh my gosh! I came down here, and I cannot stop saying Southern hospitality.
See?
You can go to Ace Hardware. Oh my, greatest service. You can go to Food Line, grocery stores, any of the grocery stores, Publix. Great people, great service. Everyone's just so kind, and I love when the elder women call me baby. I would say, what do you want, baby? How can I help you, baby? I go, oh my gosh, this is so just heartwarming and great people. So I mean, I cannot say enough good things about the university and South Carolina as a whole, and citizens like yourself, South Carolinian.
Well, thank you very much, sir. No, I mean the university's been, just top notch. The amenities and experiences, events, free concerts.
Hour and a half away from the beach.
Hour and a half away from the beach.
You can what are we? Myrtle Beach is 2 hours.
Myrtle Beach is probably
2.5.
Closer to 3.
3, okay.
I think it took me 3 to go because there's no easy way to get there.
And
Charleston, Hilton Head. Charleston, I think would be closest.
Yes,
it's about
Charleston is
about an hour and a half.
Yes, a little over maybe. But no, that just goes to show you have a plethora of things to do here.
Plethora. What a good word there.
Georgetown.
You're well spoken. Yeah, he's going to Georgetown.
But no, that just goes to show on the weekends when there's not football, you have beach. And it's beautiful weather almost year round. Although this spring took a little. It took a longer to pick up, but we are here. We are currently in what are we looking at? 80, 85 right now.
It's beautiful out there.
Great pool weather. So no, when you're even when the weather's not that nice, Charleston's a beautiful area. You yourself are from that area.
You've been to Charleston
many times.
Okay.
You have to go to Charleston, King Street. Are you kidding
me? Good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
I love seafood. Love all that stuff. Oh my gosh, I cannot get enough of it.
Mm-hmm. Now, going back to Spain, I've been to Spain a couple of times. I really like it.
Yes,
it's very beautiful. I spent a couple of days in Barcelona.
Okay. In
high school, and then me and my family went back. We went to like Mallorca,
yep,
and Malaga,
yep, southern tip.
Those places. Is that now? Did you say where your family was based?
Madrid.
So I'd like to go there.
In the center, in the capital. We've been there. Well, obviously for years upon years. But I was born and raised in the United States in Chicago. But I've been multiple times. I hold a Spanish passport, so that is cool because, fun fact. Well, Greece, European Union.
Yes.
So I can go to Greece. I can work in Greece with no problem.
Oh, so you have the passport?
Yes, I do. The EU passport. It's one of those cheat codes that you get when you go over there.
Yeah. See, I could get mine, but I don't. I'm worried they're going to try to get me to serve in the Greek army.
Oh, is that a mandated
it's
service?
Mandatory. Yes.
My father.
Well, I don't know.
Along with my grandfather. So it's a nice thing to be.
Is it mandatory now in Spain?
No longer.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. See,
I
don't know if they would do it, but. I mean, if I had a Greek passport, I tried to leave the country. It happened to my dad one time. They're like you haven't served yet. He's like, I'm not a Greek citizen.
Yeah. No, well, that's that's one thing you get out of. But I think having a European Union passport has a lot of pluses to it. And Europe as a whole, I mean, it's a completely different society, different cultures, but it's amazing because it's one of those things. It's Spain to Germany. It's almost a day trip. Well, not necessarily day in terms of coming and going in a day, but. It's a few hours. It's like
states for us is different countries. Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
the state of Texas, which whole different story. But
State of Texas.
Yeah,
Have you been there?
I have been to Texas. My mom grew up in San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
Okay. For a few of her years growing up. But no, Texas is a great state. I haven't been in a while, but I like Dallas. I personally like Dallas. I always fly via Dallas.
I have never been to Dallas. I've been to the airport. I've never been there as a city.
Okay.
No.
Great football town. Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
Great
yeah, I
football
can imagine.
Now, are you a Panthers fan yourself? Or
I don't really have an NFL
Okay.
team. I grew up. My father was like a big fantasy. He still is a big fantasy guy.
Can't get wrong with some fantasy.
So like I never had like a team to root for. Which honestly, I'm fine because I get so into the the Dodgers anyway. It's nice to be able to watch football and not have to worry
I
about
would
like
get into the Dodgers.
how's my team doing.
I would get into the Dodgers as well if my team was that good. But in terms of fantasy football, I do love me some fantasy football. Unfortunately, I lost 2 years ago. So my friend group here, we have fantasy punishments.
Oh, what did you have to do?
I myself had to get my back waxed. It wasn't even that bad. It was just the whole painful aspect of it. And the wonderful woman, European Wax Center, I believe it is, right off of.
So are you recommending this if you want to go?
Oh, more free advertising. Here I go again.
Look at the European Wax Center. Okay.
Right by that Target and the Chipotle Force. Is that
Force Acres?
Yes. Great area, great plaza.
Very nice area.
Wonderful people. She had the time of her life with me telling her this story. She goes, I don't really have kids your age, or at least, males or gentlemen, whatever you want to call us. I think we're gentlemen. Respectful gentlemen.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
And she had the time of her life with me telling her the story of how I lost fantasy football and why I had to get my back waxed. She goes, you are kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I go, no, ma'am, I am not. I am here because, one, I follow through. A lot of times when people have fantasy football punishments, exactly, they'll flake. They won't go through with it, and I think that's weak.
I think they should be kicked out of the league.
I second that. You have an obligation. You follow through at the beginning of the season. You have to sign a contract. And you know what? You have to hold firm to that. I did my duty. I went to that European Wax Center, and I got that $95 wax.
Is it that much?
Yeah. I mean, she did a great job.
She did a great job.
I forgot the wonderful woman. That whole staff is wonderful.
Would you go back, Alec?
Only if I lost fantasy, which I did not this past year, and I don't plan on losing again.
Yeah,
because of that, that was a walk of shame. I was more ashamed of the walk and the trip to European Wax Center, not because it's a wax center or anything, just because I lost.
Yeah.
And I go, you know what? I don't like the taste of this.
You don't
I
don't
like
a loser, Alec. You're a winner.
And but I took it the way it came. I took that wax, and you know what? I'm done with my life. I enjoyed that wax, and
it was a low moment.
It hurt. Oh my gosh! I think the warm wax itself hurt more than the peeling. Well, not peeling, than the ripping off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I'm just trying to imagine like you lying down. Did you scream or did you just kind of grunt?
Manly scream. I would say it was a manly.
It's like a
manly grunt. It was a ah. As time went on, you get more accustomed to it. The lower you get this on the side as well, where there's not as much bone, or that's where it gets. It's But I think it's the same thing when it comes to tattoos as well. When I don't have tattoos, but I think that's the case with tattoos, where the more I wouldn't say loose skin, but where you don't really have any muscle or bone. That's
because it's
one of those. No, but European Wax Center, great people. It was a great. I wouldn't say it was a great time. It was a great conversation, and I think she honestly went home and told her significant other or her family, whoever she was with.
It's a good story.
About,
I don't know what she thought when you walked in, like, oh,
what could this moron be coming in for? Waxing is all. I mean, it was a challenge, but you know what? I can now say that I got my back waxed. I will add that it was because of fantasy football, but to each their own.
To each their own. So, Alec, what was that? I don't know. That took me for a surprise. I don't know what.
My wax story.
Yeah, that was
guests
unusual.
Talk about their wax stories, do you?
No, I really don't.
But that being said, I have grown it back. Not entirely. I don't want to gross anyone out here. I don't have much. It's just the whole idea of the pain that I had to endure. And the $95.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It was a lot. So it hurt me more financially than it did physically. But, it is what it is.
So did you, and what was the prize for winning the league? Do you remember how much it was?
So I think we each, it's about $25 a person. There's that's 15
good.
Of us. So it is a heavy.
That's enough.
It is a heavy. It's a great game. We've been doing it since freshman year, and it's one of those things that I hope we keep doing for 20, 25, 40 years, as long as hopefully fantasy football and the NFL stays around.
Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. I was in Houston.
Okay, another great city.
Yeah.
Although unless maybe I spoke too soon.
Well, yeah, I was in Houston in the year 2017. Do you know where I was, Alec?
2017 in Houston. I do not.
I was at the World Series.
Oh, the Astros.
Yeah. When they
Astros Dodgers.
yeah, Astros.
That's
Dodgers.
the year that the Astros got in trouble for.
Yeah.
Did you hear any garbage cans clinking?
Not that I noticed, but I was at Game 3, but that was one of the games where
They lost.
they lost the Dodgers because the Astros cheated,
Mhm.
and it kind of soured my memory of the
Ever since.
of the city. Actually, yeah,
Before this 2020's championship, when was the last time you guys won before that?
1988.
Holy cow! Well,
Yeah,
that's
been
not
a long
108 years, so you know what? I don't feel that.
Yeah,
bad.
I don't really have a leg to stand on in this argument, but it's a fairly long drought. Nobody could top y'all, but fairly long drought.
No, again, I am blessed that I was only 16. I was also spoiled. Are you a hockey fan? Are you a hockey fan? Do you follow?
I'm
hockey?
not huge.
Okay, well, Carolina Hurricanes, great hockey team, great hockey culture. I've been to a game there before up in Raleigh. Have you ever been to Raleigh?
Yes,
It's a nice town.
nice
area. I like North Carolina, Charlotte as well. Great area.
Yes.
Been to Hornets game there. All because my Bulls, my Blackhawks, and I'm a big Chicago sports fan. I was spoiled when it came to hockey. Blackhawks won 2010, 2013, and 2015. So I was
at least you
spoiled
got
in
that.
that aspect. I have not been spoiled with my Bears. In case any of the Bears executives are listening, it's the draft currently going on today and yesterday.
Did y'all get anyone good? I didn't really watch.
No, so we don't have any first rounders, but long story short, it's gonna be a rebuilding process out in Chicago. We have some young tools, some young pieces, so we can only
You'll put it back
we
together.
can only hope for the best. But no, going back to hockey, I was spoiled when it came to that sport. So those were the parades that we had, and of course, Cubs. I was so very grateful for being a 16-year-old kid when there were individuals that unfortunately didn't get to see it during their lifetime. But it was insane. I think to this day, the parade itself attracted over 5 million people, around 5.5 million people.
Wow.
So I think you can Wikipedia this, or you can, whatever your source is. I'm
Whatever
not saying
you
that
prefer.
Wikipedia is my go-to source. It is not.
It's okay, Alec. It's better now.
I am an academic. I do use academic sources.
Oh, are you going to Georgetown, Alec?
Yes,
Would you like to
I,
say
I,
that
I
one
want.
more
I
time?
want. I want to clarify that. I just want to clarify that. You use academic sources. You're not. You're an international business major.
Yeah,
you have to use some impressive sources. As well.
Absolutely.
Some reliable sources. But needless to say, so it is. I think the 7th largest human gathering in U.S. history.
Wow.
Or world history.
Wow.
So a lot of the largest gatherings are in terms of pilgrimages.
Yes, that would make
in
sense.
the Middle East and in India, and religious observations that they have over there, which I think is absolutely awesome. I think those events are super cool. I've always find it interesting just to see the whole practice and the events that they hold over there. The photos are absolutely awesome.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
5 million people in what do they do? Michigan Avenue, that area.
So Grand Park, so right alongside that area, that Grand Park, Millennium Park area, beautiful area. You have the lake to the one side, you have the skyline to the other. So I mean, it's unbelievable. Can't beat it. That's where more free advertising, City of Chicago, and Lollapalooza. It's a music festival. I don't know. Are you big into music festivals?
I'm not. I've never been to a festival per se. I would go.
I went when I was in high school for I think it was 4 years. I think I've
Interesting
outgrown it. I
experience.
honestly think I've outgrown it. And Lollapalooza, no offense, you guys have kind of taken it down downward spiral just because other events are bigger now than Lollapalooza, and it's a shame because again, it's a great venue, it's a great park, Grand Park, Millennium Park, great areas in Chicago. Have you been to Chicago before?
Oh, many times. I have family in Chicago.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, I've been many times. The past couple of times I haven't been to the city.
How do you like the pizza?
I think the pizza's good.
Yeah,
It's good. Yeah, deep dish is good. Yeah, I
more
like
of a New York City guy. New York City pizza.
I don't know. That's a tough argument. I don't know if I want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It could be tricky. There's only 2 of us here, so
Yeah.
there are no cameras here either.
No.
Just
I
be careful.
like you have the blinds open.
Maybe somebody will see something.
But no,
I like Chicago.
It is a
It's
great.
good.
It has its ups and downs, but it's a great city. I love the city itself. A lot to do.
No, I have a
obviously.
lot of good memories. In
A
Chicago.
lot to do. Great stuff. And no, but it's a great venue. It is honestly a great place to hold, parades.
Something like that.
Yeah, we don't have many parades. We have more Blackhawks parades. But my girlfriend, being from Boston, for any Bostonians listening, you all are spoiled.
They are very spoiled.
They, what she always
They
tells
cheated
me,
too, by the way. Nobody gets on
With
there.
that being said, the Dodgers and Cubs also probably cheated. But you know what, Manoli? We were probably smart enough to not show that we were cheating.
Well, until guilty, what is it? Innocent until proven guilty.
Yes.
Alec.
There you go.
So let's not incriminate ourselves.
Well, no, I know. But the Yankees are the ones
The
that
Yankees
are in trouble
cheated
now.
too.
The Yankees are about to get in trouble now.
They
too.
should get in trouble. All these people should get in trouble.
Yeah.
The people who did the sticky stuff got in more trouble than these
the pitchers,
teams. Yeah.
Well, so we're filming this on a Friday. Watch come Monday. There's reports talking about the Dodgers and Cubs cheating, and all of you out there will probably be laughing, as will
That's okay.
We'll probably be laughing.
That's okay. I'll admit when I'm wrong.
I had my 2016 championship. You have your 2020. So I will sit. I will sit
You
on
should
that
have
for a few-
2017 as well.
That is true. That is true. You guys should have won that. But the Yankees also should have beaten the Astros that year. But
Yeah.
you can only look forward to the future.
Manoli remembers. The North remembers.
The North definitely does remember.
You've seen Game of Thrones?
I have not, but I have heard references in regards to it. And speaking of Game of Thrones, I'm going to Iceland for a graduation trip.
Really?
I am very excited. Have you ever been to Iceland?
I have not. My mother is obsessed with Iceland. She wants to go there very badly.
Because of Game of Thrones, or just because of
No,
Northern
she
Lights?
would never
or-
watch something like that. I don't know. She's like enamored with the New York calling me. Who's calling me from New York? Stop it! They do it all the time. They do it all the time. Enough. I'm gonna block them.
You know what you could do in a few episodes or later on when your show and your podcast gets great? You could do live callers.
That would be a good
That would be
idea.
a great idea.
That would be a good idea.
That
Yeah.
would be something that you could
It'd be like
expand on.
Howard Stern in here.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. It's only a matter of time, Manoli. You can
It's only-
expand.
thank you for that.
I told you from day one when you put the first podcast out that it's going to be growing. And for those of you listening, we appreciate, and I appreciate Manoli for having me on here. But no, it's one of those things that I think you need to listen from the customers, those that are listening to the product.
Absolutely. Alec is a loyal listener, so
Thank you.
so he knows he knows this thing. That's a good idea, Alec. Thank you very much. Moving back to what I was saying about ice. So when are you going there?
That is mid-June. So if anyone's out there going to Iceland mid-June, maybe
Okay.
we could say hi or something. But I have heard that. So what in Game of Thrones they have different thrones that they film throughout the seasons
Yeah, I
in
think
different countries.
one
Because I think one was in Spain as well.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of friends, my Spanish friends, were telling me about that.
They
Or
hit
posting,
them.
yes, exactly. So I've never watched Game of Thrones. That's something I have to finish. What are there 8 seasons?
They're 8 seasons, but the first 4 are the best.
I was going to say
5 and 6
I heard
are
that-
okay.
I heard,
7 and
I heard,
8
I
are
heard the
just
ending just left a lot of people with
very
a sour
bad.
taste, just the way it ended.
Yeah, it's a shame, but it is what it is. What are your shows? What do you like?
Have you ever watched Yellowstone?
I have.
Kevin Costner?
I watched the first episode, and I wanted to watch more. I need to get back
I
into
would
it.
highly recommend the show Yellowstone. I'm a huge Kevin Costner fan. Monica Dutton, she is one of the actresses on the show. She is from Columbia, South Carolina. She
Who
went to
does
him.
she play?
Her name is Monica.
They're the Dutton family.
What is?
Is she the blonde?
No, she is
Dutton?
Casey. She is Kevin Costner's son in the movie, in the show. His wife.
His wife. Okay, she was from Columbia. Okay.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So her name is. Let me try and find this out.
Well, I know. Yeah, that girl. Yeah,
Yes.
I know who you're talking about.
No, she is. Oh, Kelsey Asbill. That's
Okay,
what her name is. That's
And
what
she went to Hammond High School.
She went to Hammond High School.
Wow.
Yeah. Born and raised in Columbia, South Carolina, made her way out there. She's a great actress. I love it. All those roles, I could not picture anyone else in those roles.
Yeah, the first episode almost like a movie because it's 2 hours long.
Yeah, almost 2 hours. Yeah. No,
So I watched. I want to watch more.
No, Yellowstone. I have nothing but great things to say about Yellowstone. It's a great show.
Other shows?
Let's see. They had a spin-off which was 1883. So
Yeah.
the backstory to Yellowstone is, they're a family out in Montana and whatnot. They've been there ever since 1883. I'm not going to spoil anything for those that haven't watched or haven't
I
watched
think you
up
could
to
say
season
that.
4. But 1883 is just a story of how they first came to make their way to Oregon. Excuse me. They were going via the Oregon Trail, but they ended up taking a detour to Montana. So it was a great story. Great. That is with what's her name, Faith Hill and Tim McGraw, who are married, which I think is a really cool story.
Ah.
In 1883, there's only one season. I would like if there was a second season, but Yellowstone will be coming out with a season 5. So you have some time to pick up.
I do have some time.
The
Yes.
rest of those 4 seasons until you get to season 5, which hopefully comes very quickly in the fall. Any
Now I
Yellowstone
have-
producers out there, please? I am waiting anxiously.
Now I have homework.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
I am assigning homework. We have no more classes.
Yeah.
we
So
are
now
grow-
that's my.
we are
homework.
growing up. We do have to start jobs, and
Yes.
wherever we
Yes.
respect.
Well, you'll be
our
in
work.
school.
Yes. Well, hopefully a good job as
Yeah,
well.
I think you'll get a
Yes.
job, Alec.
We're
I don't think.
applying.
I don't think you. I think you got it. You got.
So
you
now-
got to figure it out.
Yes. Now it's just a matter of taking a break. Traveling, visiting some friends, family. What are your summer plans, Manoli?
I will be going to Greece
Awesome.
in a couple
Back
weeks.
to the motherland. I love
Back
that.
to the motherland.
So where do you
yes.
usually go to in Greece? Do you have family? Obviously, you have family. But
I
like,
do
you
have
usually
family.
stay with family in Athens, Santorini. I know that's
So-
your vacation area.
So no, I haven't. We stayed with family the first time I went. We have our family has a house in the island of Chios, which is where my grandfather's from. So we
Okay.
did stay there the first time we went. Now the past couple of times, haven't stayed with family. We did go back to Chios last time I was there, which was in August. which I hadn't been since the first time I went when I was like 10 years old.
Okay.
So it was like experiencing it again for the first time.
You've grown around Greece, and you've grown.
Oh
up
yeah,
with
so I've been
Greece. It's a huge part.
Santorini and Mykonos and Rhodes, and
obviously the listeners can't,
they can't see
what we're talking about. But I mean, there's 1, 2, 3 Greek flags here. And
Yeah.
What is this bottle over here?
That's ouzo.
Ouzo.
Have you had ouzo?
I've never had ouzo. What is ouzo?
It's kind of like
alcohol. Is this
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
We are over 21.
Yes.
We were
Yes.
21.
Yes. This is all legal. Okay.
Drink responsibly.
It's like yes.
It's
Let's
one
put
of those
that
things
out
that
there.
you have to
For
invite all the commercials when
for
it
the
comes to
FCC.
Heineken, Budweiser.
Yeah. Always drink responsibly.
Um,
Back to Ouzo.
yeah, ouzo is
sorry.
no, you're good. Ouzo is kind of like it's like an after dinner kind of thing.
Oh,
Drink.
very nice.
So typically you would put it over just a little bit of ice, and when you put it over ice, it turns cloudy, kind of like white.
Smoky or
Not exactly. It's actually more licorice flavored in a
I like
way.
that.
It's good. It's not too sweet. It's just refreshing in a way. I would say it's a good drink. I like it. I like it.
But back to Greece. So what other?
So I've been
planning on visiting this summer. in
So
Greece?
we're going to do a cruise. It's going to go to like Rhodes and Mykonos and Santorini
Mykonos,
and Athena. We're going to
Very
stop
nice.
in Athena. Those places. They're typical places. But
So
some places
what,
I haven't
What
been
cruise line
before.
are you doing? A European cruise line? Or are you doing one?
It will be Celebrity.
Celebrity.
Yes, which is
Where are you?
very nice.
Where are you sailing out of? Where's your
We're
port?
sailing out of Rome actually.
Very
So we're going to
nice.
spend
One of
the
those
day in
Mediterranean
Rome.
cruises. Very, very nice.
Yes, love Rome. Love Italy. Yeah, so it should be a good time.
If you can't tell, we love cruises. I
Yeah.
love cruises. You love cruises. Have you ever done an Alaskan cruise? I've always wanted to do an Alaskan
Oh
cruise.
yes, it's beautiful.
Really?
I
Did you
would
go to
highly
Seattle
recommend
or
Out of Seattle, yes, it was.
see any national parks?
Yeah, so they take you into Glacier Bay. It's called, which I think is on its own a national park. You actually sail in. It's like a whole day. You spend a whole day out there just looking at all these glaciers, and you can see them like I think they call it calving when the ice falls out
Okay.
and stuff like that. I mean, you see just amazing things in Alaska. Bald eagles, grizzly bears, whales,
Yeah.
seals, the whole thing. I would
love to make my way out to Alaska.
highly recommend it. Go in the summer. I mean, they only do cruises in the summer
Yes.
anyway. But yeah, and if you are you a fisherman? You like fishing?
I have fished.
Well,
I'm not
even
too avid
if
of a
you don't,
fisherman, but
Even if you don't, it's
it's
not
one of those things I would definitely want to become.
Do it in
acquainted with.
Alaska for sure. Go salmon fishing or halibut fishing. You will have the time of your life.
Have you ever done ice fishing?
No.
I think that's so cool. I
I
think of
have
those
not.
people all the way up north when they do ice fishing. I think that
That would be
Stones, but I think that's awesome. I think
It
that's a very
definitely
cool
does.
hobby, and it's one of those things that hopefully I get time, later on in life to try. I think that'd be really cool.
I think so. I think it's good.
So I want one question to ask you. So yesterday at the Braves game, I was just thinking about this as we've gone on with the questions. They had on the big screen with all the fans, they were mentioning, with the players, are you more of a mountain person or a beach person? So, for instance, when you were to retire, would you rather retire on a beach or in a lodge or log cabin or something along the lines of that?
Mountains, Colorado,
Montana,
yeah,
Yellowstone.
those places are
or would
beautiful.
you? Or do you like beach, Greece?
It would have to be
Greece.
beach. Yeah, I think the mountains are beautiful. I have no problem with the mountains. It's a little. I'm not a huge cold person. Growing up in
I
South
wouldn't either
Carolina.
if I grew up in South Carolina.
Yeah, so
I'm from
you're
Chicago,
used to
so
it.
I
So
love the cold. I love the cold. I love the snow, and I'm not going to say I love shoveling, but it's something I've grown up with, and it feels weird come winter if I am not shoveling. So it's
Wow.
weird when I'm here in the summer, when I'm here in South Carolina with
you're like, where's
no
the snow,
snow.
man?
Exactly. It does not feel right. It does not feel right.
See, because a lot of people they'll say, yeah, you won't like the snow when you lived up there. So,
Yeah.
but you like it.
I enjoy the snow. I grew up with the snow. I might.
You
be-
just-
I think
it feels like
I think a
home.
majority of people in Chicago like snow and the cold, but to a certain extent, because sometimes your car will be filled with not inside obviously, but to the top of the car with snow, and sometimes the roads can be a pain in the butt trying to get cleared and stuff.
Yes.
But means no school sometimes. Not
That's
as
not
much
so
as other areas that have snow, but God forbid it snows here in Columbia. How do you think the city would take it?
Well,
Or
it
the
did.
state.
Remember?
It did. I was actually.
It wasn't.
I
The
was going
city
to
could not
Chattanooga.
handle it.
I think it was about 140 to 160 miles to not Chattanooga. Excuse me. To
Oh,
Gatlinburg.
you weren't there. You weren't here for that.
No, I was driving to Gatlinburg. So I was in the midst of the storm.
Yeah, that's
That
bad.
took
So it should have been a 2.5, 3 hour drive from Columbia. Guess how long it took? Just throw out a number. How many hours?
7.
9.5 hours.
Woo!
That drive, because Sarah, my girlfriend, and I, we ended up making the drive because she had just taken her MCAT exam, so I wanted to a little getaway, treat her a little. And next thing you know, we were just stuck in the snowstorm. It was
That's
awful.
bad.
It was the worst drive I've ever been a part of.
That's terrible. You were driving?
Yep.
Oh, that's tough.
Yep.
Yeah, but the city is not equipped for that, unfortunately.
It makes sense.
It makes, yeah.
I wouldn't invest too much money here.
Yeah,
with
Charleston,
snowmobiles.
Charleston, I think maybe 2019, we had a significant amount of snowfall. It was like 6 inches worth.
Yeah.
And it shut us down for probably 3 or 4 days. I know that doesn't sound like much to you, but for a city that's not used to
Yeah.
it was bad. But yeah, I would say that I'd have to go to the beach just because. Yeah,
You're used to it too.
I am. And if I had the ideal setup would be if I had a house here and a summer home in Greece.
That would be great.
That would be
is
the
a great goal
ideal.
to have.
The ideal. And then
And I think that is when you know that you did a great job. With
yeah, that's my goals because people keep asking me. They're like, are you going to live in Charleston forever? I'm like, I don't even know what forever is.
Exactly.
I'm like 22 years old.
Exactly.
And one girl, I
Yes.
swear, she asked me, where do you think you'll die? I'm
Really?
like, yes. I'm like,
how old is she?
she's our age.
Now that is a poor way to have.
Isn't
that's
that
a
a
poor.
horrible thing to
That
ask?
is
I'm like,
a
I don't
poor-
know. What am I? You
don't
trying
want-
to tell me something
I don't
here?
want to think of. Yeah, I would have been concerned having that conversation. Do you know her well, or
I know her well, yeah.
I would have been
I'm
concerned.
like, what kind of question is that?
I
It
would have
kind
been
of took
concerned.
me aback.
I would have said,
Like,
you know what,
I
I
don't
need
know.
to. I
I'm
have.
totally happy.
I would have faked said, you know what, I'm taking the car right now. I would not have accepted that conversation.
I don't know. It was just.
That's just a negative conversation.
I think what she meant was what you were asking, like, where do I want to retire? But the way she phrased it was, where do you think you'll die? I'm like, why is my mortality so interesting to you people? I don't know. I keep getting asked, they're like, you think you'll live here forever? You think you'll do this forever? I don't know. 22. What? You're making me feel like I'm on borrowed time here.
I feel as if that's something you can ask.
In a better
maybe
way.
someone in their late 20s, early 30s, in terms of career choice.
Yes,
in terms
yes.
of, okay, do you see
Something
yourself
like that.
finishing your career along the lines of this? But
Not
the
like
whole
that.
mortality, no.
Yeah, that's
what-
way too much.
What is wrong?
Please.
with Some people.
Some people, I think it was well intentioned.
She needs to go on a Royal Caribbean cruise and watch a Rocky Osborne show.
She might have fix her life.
She might have just come from a New Orleans show. That might have been what
A
caused
New Orleans
that
show.
That might have been.
And
what
it got
caused
her mind messed up because
That-
she saw New
That
Orleans.
might have been the negativity that stemmed that conversation.
So what about you? Where are you on retire? Mountain or Beach?
I love Lake Tahoe. So
You
I've
love
gone
Lake
skiing
Tahoe?
with Lake Tahoe growing up, and again, I love the snow. I have family in Colorado. I love the state of Colorado as well. Many areas to visit. And no, so I don't get me wrong. I would love to have a house in the mountains. I'd love to have a beach house. If I have either or, I think I will be perfectly content with that.
You just love life, Alec, don't you?
I like you only get one. So
You only get one.
You
You
have
only
to
get
take it
one.
as it is. You have to make the most out of it. And no, but I think I personally would choose mountain, which would probably piss off a lot of people in this state just because South Carolina. I love South Carolina. Again, I'm going to keep emphasizing that.
We have some,
But I just think it's so it's just peaceful. You and
serene.
mountains.
That's a good way to look at it.
And I think that's a big reason why I loved Yellowstone. It was just one of those things that I love that atmosphere, and it was awesome.
Yeah, the landscape on that show is gorgeous. But before we go, Alec, anything you'd like to say?
It has just been a complete honor. I mean, this hour has gone by very quickly.
It really did.
I mean, not to spoil anything. I know you're gonna have some great guests coming up, so they're probably gonna blow me out of the water.
No.
But with that being
No.
said, it's been an honor, and I know this podcast is going to amazing places. And
Look at that.
I am very grateful that you invited me and that we were just able to chat. I mean, we're great friends. We're only going to be doing greater things, and hopefully we get to go on a cruise again. And hopefully we get to
Hopefully.
see Rocky maybe headlining in Vegas.
Maybe,
That would be
great.
amazing.
We'd have to make a trip just for that.
That would be amazing.
Have to make
And again, why are we always stemming our conversations around gambling and casinos?
I don't know.
Why
It's
did my
just,
mind go straight
It's
to
a
Vegas?
natural urge. I
Why
don't
did my
understand
mind
it.
go straight to Vegas? I don't know. It's just one of those things. I mean,
It's one of those things. Well, Alec, again, congratulations on
Thank
your
you, sir.
acceptance of
Thank you,
Georgetown
sir.
today. Literally,
yeah.
what better way
As
to tell?
I was walking in, I
Yeah.
go.
He goes. Yeah. What?
I had it open. I had the acceptance letter on my phone because I just got off the phone with my mom because we had a little bit of
Yes.
a hard time just now getting in here.
Yeah, it's
miscommunication
confusing.
But no, it's great complex, Green Crossing for stars. More free advertising.
Somebody
Green
got
Crossing.
killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you mention that already to them?
I've talked about it.
Okay, yeah, that was crazy. That was when we were coming back from the cruise. So
Yeah.
thank you, Royal Caribbean, for you not being here.
For you not being here. Look at that.
Thank you, Royal Caribbean.
But yeah,
But
you
no,
were walking
literally,
in and you-
yeah. 2 minutes before you let me into Green Crossing, I said, I found out. I go, oh my gosh, this is amazing news. So I'll be in DC come the fall, and I want you to come visit me. And
I would
they
love
have
to
a great
come
MGM in Maryland.
Okay.
So, we can
I
spend some
would,
time there.
Alec, I would love to come visit you. I haven't been to DC in years. It's I have some friends there. I would love to see you and them.
We have that to look forward to.
Would be great. So
Yes, sir.
on that note, Alec,
Thank you, everyone, for listening.
been a pleasure. Yes, you want to take
Nope. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And this has been another Manoli's Musings. And from the one and only Manoli.
it? How about that? All right. Thank you, everybody. You know the drill. Like and subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Thank you, Alec, again. You've been a great guest. And that's it. Thank you.